Yes, life was delayed, but it never gave denied. Hello, everybody. It's Annika LaQuette here, and you're finally listening to season 2. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. I'd like to give a shout out to Miss Cotton. She was the first person to comment on last week's video. If you want a shout out, comment on this video. National, okay? I have Mr. Royal. Hey, Mr. Royal, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. I'm good. Blessed and highly favored. I cannot complain.
That's good. See, I can't complain either. It's a beautiful day. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, of course, like you said, my name is Mr. Royal. Born in Louisiana, moved to California in 2005 before Hurricane Katrina. So I got a little bit of both, the South and the West inside of me. I am a middle child on both my mom and my dad's side. Not the only one in my family that does music. I have two brothers that are musically inclined as well. My sisters do a little bit of singing as well. Moved to Florida, went to Bethune-Cookman University. Definitely enjoyed that experience, for the time being. Didn't finish, my college tenure, but I was blessed to, be there and meet a lot of people and, network a lot. I'm an artist, hip hop, a little bit of pop every now and then, slight gospel every now and then as well. I definitely kind of, move over into, different categories a little bit every now and then. I have a lot of music out, probably over 72 songs on Apple Music and Spotify, so you can pretty much find me anywhere. I'm a God-fearing man. I'm a believer, of course, and, I'm just excited to be here. That's a little bit. Best way to really learn about me is to listen to my music, because I'm big on
Right.
storytelling.
And see, that's what I like about you. I heard all your songs, okay? Yes, I did. And
Thank you,
I
thank
love
you.
the fact that you go with like the flow of your music, the way the
Right,
beats make your music sound even better. Like, I like that flow that you have. So,
right.
yes, okay? I love it. So, what inspired you to create music?
One of the things that inspired me is, of course, my first time being on the mic, being in church. I believe I was probably 7 years old. I got the opportunity to sing on a lead for a song. This is when you really find out that you can sing for real, you can do things
Okay.
for real in the church. So I had that opportunity and I was thanking God for that opportunity because the church will always, egg you on just a little bit. They always going to
Mm,
applaud you and everything. But at that moment, I kind of knew that that was something that I wanted to do,
mm-hmm.
but I wasn't 100% sure. As a kid, you're exploring different options, and you're adventurous. So there's plenty of other
Right.
things that you might want to do. I even wanted to be a police officer at one point in time, and a preacher at one point in
What?
time. So the jokes one of my teachers used to make when I went to Pomona High School, in California. Shout out to the PHS. If you hear that one of my songs, one of my teachers used to say, "You just finna be a singing, preaching police officer, huh?" I said, "Well, I mean, I guess so. Like, hey, if it
Right, I
happens, it
guess so.
happens." One other thing that inspires me, and I always make sure that I mention this, is my one of my childhood best friends, DJ Pollo.
Mm,
She is probably one of my true inspirations, being that she was really the person that truly pushed me to really take on, music.
mm-hmm.
Because in high school, that's the age where you kind of really, you're growing into yourself for real. Like,
Right.
17 years old, at the age of 17, just kind of learning, about what I could do, what I couldn't do. Basically, she was the person
Mm-hmm.
that got me out of my shell. Singing in the gym at assemblies, doing things like that, singing the Star Spangled Banner, doing talent shows and stuff like that. So she was definitely one person that really got me out of my shell. And I think if I probably would have never met her, and we grew up the way we did, I probably definitely wouldn't be making music, the way I've been making music, because she's definitely always been in my corner and she's still in my corner to this day. So applause to her. Shout out to DJ.
The thing about it is, in church, they do give
Hmm.
you a lot of props, even though some people
Right,
can't
right,
sing.
right,
But
right,
you
right.
did, and you sung very well. Okay, because you are a singer too. I heard it. I love it. Okay, if you could be the opening act for anybody, dead or alive, who will it be and
Hmm.
why?
That's definitely a tough question. There's so many people that I could probably think of. I'll probably say, for starters, because this is almost a tiebreaker. Um, I definitely probably would say Molly Music, because
Okay.
Molly Music is one of my favorite artists. I mean, truly grew up on Molly Music. Molly Music was probably one of the artists that I listened to and
Mm-hmm.
spiritually, like, saved my life, like, honestly. So definitely would consider, opening up for him, indeed. Second person I probably would hopefully love to open up for would be, ooh, man, that is so.
I make you
I
think.
got I gotta say something for the West Coast. I got to. I probably open up for Roddy Rich too. Roddy
Okay.
Rich,
Like him.
Roddy Rich just has a flow that just is immaculate. I mean, like,
Yes.
he definitely got, he got what he need for, to catch the crowd's attention. And I feel like, with the type of music that I make, I would be a pretty good, transition, to,
Yep.
get everybody woke, start the energy for everybody. And then, once he get on the stage, it's just a whole different vibe. So I'll definitely probably say those are probably the two people that I would definitely do considering, how I'm moving around in the industry. So,
Yes. Yeah, I like, yeah, Roddy Rich, that's my dude, okay? I love him.
hmm.
Yes. I saw that you're in the running for America's Next Top Hitmaker, okay? And you are
I
currently in
am.
third place. And I'm
Yes,
so excited.
sir.
So,
Yes,
yes, I'm so
sir.
excited. So, congratulations for one. Third place.
Yep, yep,
That's
yep.
all I'm talking about, period. I love it. So, tell us a little bit more about that contest.
Right. So, America's Top Hitmaker is basically a contest that I had seen been being promoted on Instagram for I think the past 4 or 5 months, and something kept telling me, man, like this isn't the first competition that has come up on my Instagram or first competition I
Mm-hmm.
got a DM about, but something told me it was just like, hey, man, like go ahead and just fill out the little application and see if you get selected for it. Just
Right.
roll the dice on it and see what it is. What they say, you miss all of the shots that you don't take. So I said, hey, let me go ahead and fill this out. I filled it out. They sent me an email, I think a month or two later, saying, hey, you've been selected, to participate in the contest. Here's what you got to do. And it was just like, hey, you just got to, they have you watch these little videos every now and then, every week when there's a different group that's selected. And you start off at, I think, the top 50 artists, the 50
Okay.
artists, then it goes down to 25, then it goes down to 10, then it goes down to 15, and then, I'm sure it's probably going to go down to the top five next. So, this contest, the person that wins that first spot, $10,000 out the door, ten
That's
thousand
good.
dollars.
Come
That can
on now.
change
Come
your
on.
life.
It can.
For me, $10,000, I would definitely use that to invest into my career. A lot of marketing and promotion, of course, music videos. My number one goal is I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm gonna try to flip that money as much as possible. So if I gotta invest in more merch, my R&P merch, dripping in R&P, yeah, y'all already know what it
Wait,
is.
come on now. Come on.
Um, Pretty much, trying to do something like that to invest in it just to make sure, people around me look good, make sure I look good, of course. And then, of course, you get to perform at the Rolling Stone showcase. If you know about Rolling Stone is big. So,
Big.
um,
Yes.
there's a showcase in Austin that you'll likely be doing towards, I think it's the end of August. And, that's one thing that I really want. I've done performances
Right.
before. I haven't been on stage in a long time, but to be to be on stage again and in that type of environment is a huge opportunity. So
Yep.
I feel like for me personally, I feel like, I truly could set the stage, especially, with the lineup that I've been working on. Still working on it, of course, because, lineup is important. It's definitely a pretty good, blessed opportunity to be a part of. You can't go wrong with $10,000 to be named America's Next Top Hit Maker, to work with a lot of people, in studio sessions and different things like that, different opportunities. I can't really say too much with, the other part of
Yeah.
it, because that part is, really, I can't, I gotta keep praying about that part. Some things you gotta,
Yep.
but,
Yep.
I'm
Like me.
currently in third spot. So the goal is to get to number one. So if you're watching this right now, which I'm sure is plenty of eyes watching, make sure you
Okay.
go to americastop.hitmaker.com, look up Mr. Royal. You can even go to my Instagram page as well. And definitely just make sure you vote. You get to vote free every 24 hours, or if you're willing to donate, you can donate $1 here, you can donate $1 there. But keep in mind this, there's always two times voting. So whenever they have the two times voting, I promote it like crazy. Like, I mean, I post it like 30,000 times. So when you see that two times vote, that
Mhm.
basically means if you put $1, that counts as two votes. You put five
That's
dollars, that
good.
counts as 10 votes. So if you got the money to invest, if you got $5 or $2 here and there, go ahead and put that towards the donation. It does go to a good cause, to their organization, basically, helping those, in the music industry and others, that are, looking to pursue careers in music. So it definitely does help.
That's good. See, I like that. And that $10,000, that's amazing. That can help everybody, okay?
Man, I'm trying
Especially
to
you in
tell
this
you, I'm
music
trying to tell you.
industry.
The
You
man,
need
what?
marketing, branding. Come on now. So I'm
Right,
excited for
right,
you.
right, right. Thank you,
Yes.
thank you.
You're welcome. I
Yeah,
can't wait.
I'm trying.
I'm sitting there waiting. I'm going to check every day with you. I'm like, hold up.
Right, right, right.
Yes. I can't wait. I'm excited. So, where do you see yourself musically in 5 years?
I would say in the 5 years, well, for starters, making it on billboards. That's
Yes.
a big thing for starters, of course. But in a lot of my songs, I probably what song was that? I think it's Dripping in R&P and Mi Nombre Royal, which is basically my reintroduction into the music industry. I see myself, performing on stages. I see myself, not being the top five artist in the world type thing, but I see myself being at the point where I've inspired a lot of people in the span of how long I've been in the industry for. I see myself as truly being 100% out there. My music on charts, me opening for people, or even just doing tours during that time frame as well. I see myself and my brand at the top basically. So a
Yeah.
lot can happen in the span of a year, 2 years, 5 years. I've seen a lot, I've been through a lot. And I truly believe that, in 5 years, like I said, in Mi Nombre Royal, dripping R&P, I'm gonna make a million off this by the time I'm 35. I'm 26 years old, but
Mm-hmm.
35 is, some miles
Yeah.
away. That's
A
about
little
nine
way.
years
Yes.
away. It's a little way, but 5 years, I feel like I would truly be approaching that. Or really, really getting to that point where my goal is to make millions. So I truly feel like in the next 5 years, my music will be charting. I probably definitely would probably be on the top 100 billboards. I definitely would be opening for a lot of people. Definitely would be doing tours, and financially, of course, I just would be a lot better. My name will be in magazines and different things like that. So I just feel like the work that I'm putting in now is definitely going to be beneficial for what I intend to be in the next 5 years. But y'all gonna see it, man. Seeing is believing. I'm speaking it into existence, but I'm also making sure that that action speaks louder than my words. So, yeah.
Okay. And I want a ticket
Mm-hmm.
when you go on tour. Okay.
Of
Be like
course, of
Anna
course, of
Colquette.
course,
I need that
of
ticket. Okay.
course.
Yes, because I'm coming. Okay. I'm gonna be with my sign. I love to support people
Right,
now, so
right, right.
I will be
Thank
there.
you.
You
Most
welcome.
definitely, I got you.
I was listening to your songs, like I stated, and
Hmm.
you said in your song "Dripping R&B," this ain't chapter 17. This is 25. 8 years later, I'm seeing through different eyes.
Hmm.
Come on now, explain to us what does that verse resonate with you personally?
Right, right. So for starters, this ain't chapter 17, it's 25. 8 years later, I'm seeing through different eyes. That bar right there is homage to my first single. So if you look back on my discography, you look all the way back to the very first song that I released. Very first song that I released is called Chapter 17. So Chapter 17 is basically a description of what I went through at the age of 17. Everybody got a story, you feel me? My story is,
Right.
pretty simple, pretty unique. I grew up in a rough environment. I grew up in a rough household, you feel me? So, in a place where, my mother suffered from, mental illnesses. Didn't never really got it sought after, but I grew up in a rough household, single mother household. My father wasn't really around or wasn't around at all. Didn't really have that pleasure of meeting him until, I think about probably 4 or 5 years ago, bro. About 4 or 5 years ago. Chapter 17 basically talks about the disconnection between me and my mother. Growing up, I was the only boy, didn't have any brothers or anything at that time, didn't meet my brothers at the time on my dad's side. So I grew up in a household full of women. My three sisters, my little sister, my two older sisters, and my mom. Basically trying to find myself as a young man, growing up really without any mentors or anybody to really inspire me to do certain things. My mother wasn't really supportive of music, like when I told her that I wanted to do music, that was at the age of 17. I told her that, she was just like, man, what the hell? You ain't gonna ever make no money off of that. Like, you ain't gonna ever be
Mm.
successful in that. You need to try to do something else, or, this, that, and the third. The age of 17, like, I remember that year like it was yesterday. Like, every day of that year was tough for me.
Mm.
Same year I got kicked out the house, was, homeless for some time, for the time being, for probably a couple of weeks. I definitely would say, I was blessed to, be a part of someone else's family, get invited to their home and, have a roof over my head. That was definitely a blessing. But it basically, is chapter 17 is basically, it's a deep song, when I look back on it, I'm just like, dang, God, I was singing like that for real. Like, oh
Mm.
Lord. But the storyline behind it is basically, what I went through when I was younger. And the inspiration behind that was not just what I went through, but inspiring other, young black boys that might be dealing with the same thing, somebody else who might be dealing with the same thing, this connection between you and your mother. There's a saying that people say, they say, or how a young man grew up, how he treats his mother is how he's going to treat his queen, or anything
Right.
like that. I'm not one to believe in that. The reason why I don't believe in that is because you don't have to act in the way that you grew up. You don't have to act in your trauma. You feel me? So
Okay.
like the
Mm-hmm.
best way to, really get out of that phase or out of that mindset is therapy. You feel me? I went through a lot of
Yes.
therapy, to really get myself past that. I had to rebuild confidence, you feel me? So, my mom was the type of person that truly would break you down. She would beat on me a lot, she was very abusive mentally, emotionally and physically. So, be growing up in a single mother household, a lot of women truly believe that, those are some of the things that you got to put your son through, to build him, to make them a man. So,
Mm-hmm.
and they truly believe in that stigma, but that stigma is false.
It
The best way
is.
to do that, is, and still to this day, it's something that I'm still learning, but best way to do that is, surrounding them with like-minded people, somebody that you're inspired by or somebody that you think that will be able to actually help him grow into the man that you aspire him to be. Not beating him to make him tough, you feel me? Because that it makes you tough, but it doesn't make you tough, you feel me? Like,
Come on
honest to
now.
God, like I grew up at one point in time, scared of women, you feel me? Because my mom instilled
Mm.
a fear inside of me that was like no other, like I
Yeah.
don't think kids should grow up fearing their parents, I feel like it should be a respect thing. So I didn't grow up, having respect for my mom. I just didn't, you feel me? Like I love her
Yeah.
to death, I don't talk to her to this day. But I'm always gonna wish her the best. You feel me? Just because that's just how she was taught. It's something about a
Yeah.
cycle that we have to be willing to break, you feel me, for the next
Yes.
generation. If we don't know how to break that cycle for the next generation, then we just gonna keep repeating and repeating and repeating, and we just gonna keep being hurt and hurt and hurt. And my mom, she never knew what it was to raise a son. So, I can't fault her for everything that happened, but, I feel like at some point in time as an adult, you have to be willing to put everything aside, you feel me, and look at you. You can't
Right.
look at your kids and blame them and say, "Hey, this is your fault." You can't keep blaming your kids for everything, every decision that you made, because every decision you made is the decision that you made. If you decided to lay down, you feel me, and bring a child into the world, you feel me, like it is your job and your responsibility to train that child up in the way that they should go, but
Right.
also protect that child with everything that you got. So
Yes.
if
Come
you're
on
the
now.
one that's, truly harming that child, you feel me, and you're the person that's really not really doing your part, and think about mentally and, emotionally how that's gonna make them, you feel me? Like,
Yes.
so, um, but just back into it, because I ain't gonna get too, deep into it because I feel like I
Yeah.
already got deep enough. This ain't chapter 17, it's 25. So like at 25, I had an epiphany, basically realizing that, dang, man, it's been 8 years since I made that song. 8 years since I made that song. So
Mm-hmm.
I was, and this was of course last year. So
Yeah.
I was kind of like, man, like that'd be a pretty cool bar, to put, this ain't chapter 17, it's 25. 8 years later, I'm seeing through different eyes because like
Mm.
my mindset was completely different.
Right.
So when you see through different eyes, is at 17, I was seen as a hurt young boy. You feel me? A hurt young man. You feel me? At the age of 17, 18. I never truly really found myself at that age. So at the age of 25, I got my brand going on. I got R&P going on. I'm basically devoted to my music. I'm devoted to my brand. Just like the rest of the bar says, 8 years later, I'm seeing through different eyes. I'm devoted to R&P like a Christian is to God.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make a milli off this by the time I'm 35. I'm never sweating nails because if I do, I won't get by. Like that whole
Yeah.
phrase itself is basically a manifestation. Like it's basically telling you, hey, like I'm not who I used to be. Like Royals Life Volume 1, which is where that song comes off of,
Yes.
basically was a reintroduction into my life. I believe in storytelling. I believe in speaking about things that actually can hit people. You feel me? Like that actually means something. I'm not one to really be talking about guns, pointing guns at the cam, or I'm sipping all lean. I'm talking
Right.
about females and stuff like that. Like
Uh-huh.
I have one or two songs, where I spice it up a little bit, you feel me? But that's not the main thing that I do. So like
Right.
that whole phrase of me, from 17 to 25 is basically me showing my growth, like of where I was and where I
Yes.
am now. You feel me? Like I'm truly a man. I've been through a couple of things recently, in a couple of years, the last few years that have truly, made me realize like, hey, bro, you on your own. Like you
Mm-hmm.
got this. You feel me? Like this is what you want to do. You feel me? So do it full force and head on. You feel me? Like
Right.
there's no excuse in it. So um, it's basically just a comparison from, what I used to think like, how I used to be at 17 to how I am right now, but also paying homage to my original single, my very first single, Chapter 17, which I'm thinking about it now. I might go ahead and, create a Chapter 25, you feel me? Might
Come
as
on
well,
now.
'cause I wasn't 17 when
Exclusive.
I made Chapter
Exclusive.
17, just a little
Yeah.
exclusive, you feel me? I wasn't 17 when I made Chapter 17, but I
Mm-hmm.
believe I was like 18, 19, well, 19 years old. So it just shows you like, if I could take something that was traumatic, you feel me, and turn it
Right.
into something that was, well, to use a platform to tell my story as an inspiration to others that may have gone through the same thing, or maybe going through the same thing, to remind you to keep your head up and remember that it's not the end, you feel me? I feel like, when you listen to Drippin' R&P, you feel me, that's your proof. That's your proof in the pudding right
Yep.
there. Like, from me being growing up in a rough household, in an abusive household, to being where I am now and not allowing that to hold me back, not turning into a woman beater, you feel me? Not turning into this
Mm-hmm.
crazy psychotic person or nothing. Like I feel like, that's proof in the pudding, you feel me? You don't have to
You're
be
right.
what you grew up with, you feel me? You don't have to be,
Exactly.
your trauma, you feel me? Like you can
Right.
get help. You can really take the time to pay attention to your mental health, relearn and unlearn everything that you've been taught as a young age, you feel me? And
Mm-hmm.
rebuild yourself, you feel me? And that's kind of what I had to do. So that's one reason why that bar, it just, I hope it continues to stick out to everybody. I know it will, but
Yes.
that's the reason why that bar is just like, that bar was just it, like it was just it, like at that time. And I believe I had freestyled, yeah, I freestyled that whole first segment of the song. I had freestyled that whole part, because dripping R&P, like, it's something serious. Like everybody love the Louis, everybody love the fancy,
Yep.
everybody love the Gucci and everything. I'm not that type of person. I don't need no
Uh-huh.
Gucci. I don't need no
And that's
Nike. I don't
fine.
need none of that. You feel me? I don't need that.
Right.
I got me. You feel me? I got
Yeah,
R&P.
yeah, got you.
So
Right.
I'm always gonna be dripping in it. Anywhere you see me go, there's never a time where I'm not dripping R&P. Like that's a fact. A fact. I'm always
Mm-hmm.
gonna wear R&P no matter where I go. I could be at
Yep.
church praising God. I got an R&P suit on. You feel me? Like
Right. Not
I could be
RBC.
at the. You feel me? Like I could be anywhere. I could be at a wedding. You feel me? On my wedding night. You feel
Right.
me? Something gonna
Mm-hmm.
say R&P. You feel me? I'm sure my
Yes.
girl gonna be like, nah, you're not wearing that. Something gonna have R&P on it. I kid you not.
Yep.
Something gonna have
I believe
R&P.
it.
Hey,
I believe
go to
it.
sleep in R&P. You feel me? Like, hey,
That's what I'm talking
gotta
about.
gotta gotta be. So
Seriously. Yes.
yeah.
Cause see, you have to be a walking billboard. If you're not gonna,
You
if
feel
anybody
me?
not gonna
You feel
promote
me?
you, you promote you.
You
Period.
feel me? You feel me?
Yes.
So when people be like, dang, where'd you get that from? Oh yeah, this me. This me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you
Yep.
want this? You feel me? The price just went up. You feel me? The price
Uh-huh.
went
You
up.
right about that.
If you willing to pay $1,000 or $1,200 for a Gucci bag, you feel me, or a Louis Vuitton bag,
Mm-hmm.
just wait till R&P bags come out. You feel me? It's gonna be a
Oh,
different story. You feel me? Like I'm just saying. You feel me? Like be ready to spend 500. You feel me? Or to a band. You feel me? On a nice
mm-hmm.
little bag that look like Gucci. It's gonna be different. You feel
Yep.
me? But hey, I'm just saying. Like
You right about
you know,
that. Yes, I love it. I love the support you have for your business. I've been trying to
of
tell
course, of
people,
course.
you are a walking billboard, promote your business. That's it.
Right,
Everywhere you
right, right,
go,
right,
speak
right,
your business. For real. So you
right,
never know
right.
who
Of
you'll meet.
course,
So you're right
right,
about
of
that.
course.
Right. So, how has music saved your life?
So music has definitely. So I had brought up Molly Music earlier. So those that listen to Molly Music, y'all know how Molly Music started. Molly Music started off with the basic church music, the hymns, really truly getting people to understand the difference between worshiping and praising. You feel me? Like
Mm-hmm.
music is something that's spiritual to me. You feel me? So everything that I write about, everything that I talk about, anything that I release has some type of spiritual connotation to it. You feel me?
Right.
So the music industry is filled with a lot of, how should I say, a lot of positivity and negativity. You feel me? A lot
Yes.
of, heaven shaking music and a lot of demonic music.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So
Yep.
whether you like, the hot or cold, you feel me? You pick your own poison. You feel me? Whether you like the
Mm-hmm.
healing or the poison, you feel me? That's up to you.
Right.
You feel me? And I can't judge. But, music is truly something that's spiritual that touches my heart, with every song that I listen to. So if I'm listening to Roddy, you feel me, my mindset has to be into, I'm bumping Roddy right now, you feel me, because I'm finna go work out, I want to feel good. I want to be pumped up
Right.
right now, like I'm trying to get out the box, you feel me? Like, I'm basically um trying to be inspired, to do something and be active. And Roddy Ricch's music basically inspires you to be active. It inspires you to really be you. You feel me? And inspires you to truly, to get up and just, to get groovy, get jiggy with it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Molly music inspires you to keep your head up and to be positive and to be inspirational to others, and to give God praise and give God all the glory. Different types of music are, yeah, they're different. One is kind of gospel and inspirational, and the other one is, hip hop,
Yeah.
but they're truly the same in a sense, because, when you listen to the outline of the beats and the melodies, the melodies are similar, you feel me?
Yeah.
The way the drums come in are kind of similar, you feel me? So like the difference is the lyrics, the lyrics of course play a big story in, what you're trying to listen to. If I listen to rock music, and they talking about, they screaming and hollering and they talking about, I don't even think that's a good example. I'm trying to figure out a pretty good example. The basic example that everybody go. If I listen to a song, NWA song,
Oh.
talk about, police. We all
Yes.
know the song, you feel me?
Yeah,
We
we know
all
the
know the
song.
song. If I plan on bumping that song, you feel me, while I'm getting pulled over, do we really think
Oh.
that that's a good idea? No, it's not really a good idea, you feel me?
Right.
Although, that may be how I feel, you feel me, but
Mm-hmm.
spiritually it ain't going to end good for me, you feel me? Because
Right.
that's not physically, and the way the situation look, it's not gonna really make you feel good. I use sleep music, for instance. I go to sleep every night and I'll be like, I'm not gonna say her name because she gonna start talking. You feel me? Everybody know your Apple AI. You feel me? Because I
Yeah.
got her all over the house. You feel me? So if I say her name, she gonna wake up and say something. So if I say, hey, play some sleep sounds. You feel me? She gonna play some sleep sounds. You feel me? Something that's gonna cause me
Mm-hmm.
to go to sleep and be tired a little bit. If I say play
Right.
some active music, that active music is spiritual, is going to uplift my spirit in order to move. If I say play some gospel music, that's gonna put me in a mindset to basically praise. You feel me? And want to worship.
Right.
Music really saved my life when I was 14, 15, 16, and 17. Those were some of the toughest times of my life, and I probably say for most young men, that's probably the toughest times of your life, because that's
Mm-hmm.
really the point where you're slowly entering manhood. You feel me? Like at the age of 14, excuse me, you're a freshman in high school. Freshman in high school, man, that's a completely different environment. You see
It is.
females, you feel me? You see new people, new friends, like you're discovering yourself. You're going through puberty and different things. All of that kind of was something that, during those ages, I had people like Molly Music. I had people like Snoop, you feel me? I had people like Lecrae, you feel me? Because Lecrae,
Mm-hmm.
I'm big on Lecrae, you feel me? If y'all don't see it, I got my 116 tatted on me right here. I don't know why I just don't do that. Yeah, I got my 116
Okay.
tatted on me right here. So I'm a firm believer, you feel me? And, truly speaking up for what I believe in. So I truly believe music is spiritual. So if I didn't have Molly Music to listen to every night, Lecrae to listen to every night. Homage to my sister, because my sister was the person who got me my first Lecrae CD, on my big sister.
Oh.
But if I didn't have none of those songs, none of that music, I probably wouldn't be here to this day. I probably, honest
Right.
to God, I probably would have killed myself, you feel me, at a young age, you feel me, dealing with
Mm-hmm.
everything that I was dealing with. Because during that time, a lot of men, you feel me, you go through a lot of suicidal things, you feel me, especially if you grew up in
Yes.
the type of household that I grew up in. So, your mental is very shaky every day. You feel me? When you're going through certain things, you're posed with the decision of, do I really want to wake up? You feel me? And keep enduring all of this pain and this trauma. You feel me? All my life, but as a kid, you feel
Right.
me, or as a young teen, you don't really look at it as trauma. You just look at it as what you're going through. Or do I want to
Mm-hmm.
fight hard to make it out of it? And thanking God, I had the music. You feel me? And I had a few people around me that said, "Hey, bro, this ain't gonna last forever. It ain't gonna last forever." You feel me? And one of my songs, P Town, which is basically homage to my hometown, Pomona, California, the 909. You feel me?
All
Um,
right.
that's basically a song where, I basically give homage to my city. You feel me? Like my school, you feel me? Like them helping me deal with everything that I dealt with at the age of 17, like coming in as a
Yeah.
cavalry, you feel me? Like basically saving my life because them people saved my life, you feel me? Miss Mitchell, Mr.
Yeah.
Muhammad, you feel me? Mr. Fasting, Miss Barbie, you feel me? All of them people, they saved my life. Miss Brown, my homegirl DJ Pollo, my homegirl Kyra, you feel me? Like my homeboy Traven, Sabrina, I got to shout out to everybody, you feel me?
Yeah, you
But
gotta shout out everybody.
all of them people saved my life, you feel me? Like,
Yeah.
and I don't know if they understand this, but to this day, you feel me? Like, I owe them a debt, you feel me? If they
Mm-hmm.
weren't around me, if they weren't there to truly, like, lift me up and lift my spirits, man, I'd be dead in a ditch somewhere, you feel me? My
Wow.
brains would have been blown out, you feel me? Like, I would have
Mm-hmm.
been on a, high as hell on a drug right now or something like that. Like, that basically saved my life, you feel me? So that
Yeah.
built me into the demand that I am, you feel me? Like that built a different character inside of me and an inspiration, letting my music not only speak for itself, but letting my music speak to others, you feel me? So like
Yes.
chapter 17, dripping R&P, you feel me? Chapter 17, talk about your story, go through it, you feel me, and learn. Dripping R&P, promote yourself, you feel me? Represent your brand at the finest, you feel me? Mi nombre de Oreo. Reintroduce yourself into the world every now and then, you feel me? Because sometimes you
Yes.
have to.
Okay.
You're not the
You
same
have to.
person that you was last year or 2 or 3 years ago, you feel me?
Mm.
So you gotta reintroduce yourself every now and then. Another song, Ride With Me, you feel me? That's a song that talk about people being woke. You feel me? About men
Yep.
being woke. You feel me? Be woke. You feel me? Like people always love to talk about, hey,
You
he a
woke.
player, he a player, he a player, he a
Yeah.
player. You feel me? He woke and everything,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not always the men that's that's the players now. You feel me? Let's be
That's
real
true.
now.
That's
Um,
true.
but I look at music as really being spiritual. So every song that I write, you feel me, is a testament to me being here. You feel me? Like,
Mm.
so me growing up the way that I did, me listening to the artists that I listened to, and some of the ones that I mentioned, the people that surrounded me, that's how music really saved my life. You feel me? And changed my life. You
Yes.
feel me? So every song that I write, every song that I release, and I have a couple songs, more music coming out as well. But every song that I write, you feel me, pays homage to me surviving another day, another year, you feel me, in my life, you feel me, and being able to share a part of my story, or being able to share where my mind is right now, you feel me, or maybe, inspiration, or, telling somebody, hey, go get a bag, you feel me, or
Come
watch
on
out for
now.
the crown thieves, you feel me, or small things like that, and you have to really be woke to really understand where I'm coming from, but you also don't have to be woke. You just have to be willing to
Right.
sit down, you feel me, and listen and see how it makes you feel.
You giving jewels like for days, okay? I love every minute of this interview because you just dropping jewels
Appreciate
and
it,
you are like
appreciate
really being real
it.
with your music and yourself. And I like how you like relate everything together. So that's really good.
Yeah.
My favorite song is "Go with the Flow." I like that
Mhm.
flow.
Mhm.
I like because
Mhm.
I love K Camp, okay, and
Mhm.
he has
Mhm.
like that vibe song. I love like people that have vibes. We just chilling, sitting
Right.
back,
Right.
cleaning
Right. Right.
up, driving, whatever.
Right.
That
Right.
song is
Right.
something I love to listen to. Okay, so
Right.
tell me,
Right.
what's your favorite song from your collection?
Ooh, man, I got so many that I love. I love. I love. I'll give you my top three. For starters, my very first one is WIDIF. Who You Do It For. That's my favorite song because I became a father. You feel me? In the last 3 years. You feel me? So like I became a father 3 years.
Okay.
So that song right there is really inspiration to my beautiful baby girl. That's definitely my number one right there. My second, I definitely would have to say, and it's so hard, you feel me? I'm gonna go ahead and say Go With The Flow because I really
Okay.
enjoyed the heck out of that project because that was a team effort between two of my people that truly helped me because I write my own music, but then I also make sure my music goes through a checking process where I'll be like, hey, check this to make sure that this sound good. Does this sound good? Do you think this gonna flow right? If I say this like this, did this make sense? You feel me? Like every artist go through that phase. You feel me? Like I'm good at writing music, but I'm big on I have somebody who's completely younger than I am. You feel me? That I had the esteemed pleasure of mentoring. I've have him go through the vibe check as well. You feel me? Why? Because I want to make sure that it's reaching the younger generation too. I can't just be focused on everybody, that's me. So definitely Go With The Flow because that's one of my favorites. I'd probably say the third one I'd probably say is a tie, is a three-way tie between, really a four-way tie between Royal's Life, Volume 1, Royals Life Volume 2, and then of course Ride With Me, which is one of the songs that I completely loved writing because I never knew that I could write a song like that until, I had people in the studio just hyping me up on, the actual track. So, like, look, I could be biased, but then again, I'm not biased. I'm just confident in myself, you feel me? But all my music is good, you feel me? Like, I love all my music. Like, it's really hard to have favorites, but I mean, hey, those are my top. Those are my top.
That's good. I also like in the gym. I saw that you collaborate with two of your other
Yeah,
friends as well. I was like,
those are my
ooh, spot
brothers. Those are my brothers actually.
That's your
So though
brothers?
both of those two, those are my brothers. Like when I say my brothers,
Oh,
both do music. My big brother Dank 17 and my little brother 19. You feel me? We trying to get our little brother into the music industry as well. So, we that was our opportunity. Me and my big brother giving my little brother the opportunity to, hey, take this opportunity, take this initiative. If this is what you want to do, man, we gonna put you on. That's what you do. You feel me? To your for your family and for your peoples. Like you put your
right.
peoples on. So my brother Dank 17. He the big brother. He's my big brother. So, I
Okay.
met him about 4 or 5 years ago. The same time I met my father.
Mm-hmm.
And he truly is one of my inspirations as well. So like doing music with him makes me want to work harder because man, I tell you that man right there, he can spit a bar. Like you
I
listen to
heard.
Royal Love Song, you listen to In the
Yep,
Gym,
I heard that too.
you listening to any of the other songs that he on. I'm telling you, like even in the music we working on, like he got me back at the drawing board at least 30,000 times, like trying to figure out who. Lord, man, did he really just say that? Let me go back to the drawing board right quick. I gotta rewrite my verse, bro, because you didn't spit that fire. So yeah,
Right.
like in the gym was definitely a fun project to do as well. Just doing things with my brothers because they all do music is very inspirational. So
That's good. I see. I didn't know. See, I know now, but I didn't know that. That's really cool. So
yep,
that's
yep,
really
yep,
cool.
yep, yep.
I like that. So, do you have like any upcoming events, or are you doing any performances or projects you're working on?
I'm definitely working on a lot of projects. If y'all you've been following my Instagram and everything, I just released a single that came off of my new album. Well, I'll probably say EP or yeah EP because Royals Life Volume 3.
Okay, now.
And those of you that have been, really rocking with Royals Life, the volumes, this one is basically going to be a truly extended project, and it actually might be a little bit shorter because the production process and the coming together of this project has been so tedious because I just want it to be perfect. I want it to be great. But Royals Life Volume 3 is definitely coming up. Everything was finished until, I decided to add like 5 more songs to the EP. And I was like,
That's
oh
about an
Lord, I
album
might have
right
to.
there.
So what I think I might do is I'm probably going to, and this is going to be exclusive of course, but what I'm gonna do is because I really want to extend this project as long as I can, the whole essence of the project of Royals Life, because there are truly different segments of my life that I want to kind of get into with all my music. I might have to extend it into like a Royals Life Volume 3 and Volume 3.5. You feel me? Like it's
Okay.
something a little bit, that's gonna get people to be like, okay, cool, this is the continuation of this one. Because I don't want it to be called an album. I just want it to be an EP.
Right.
You feel me? Because when
Yeah.
my true debut album comes out, I want people to really be like, dang, like that's it right
Yep.
there. So I'm definitely working on that. I have a lot of singles that I'm looking to release as well. I do have a new single that's coming up as well called I Want It All, which is
All right.
basically a small interlude with me just, rapping, basically talking about, just as simple as it says, I want it all, you feel me? Like want everything my heart desires. So I also have a few music videos that I'm working on. I just got a drone, so a lot of my videos are kind of self-shot. So, I shoot my own
That's
things
good.
because I don't really have my peoples around me because I moved to Texas. But everything that I kind of do at the moment is basically self. So I record on my own, I mix and master on my own. I pretty much do everything kind of on my own at the moment. So next couple of videos I make music videos. I have go with the flow music video that I worked on. Very simple, generic music video that I wanted to really speak out to people. That's going to be dropping next week on Friday on
All
YouTube.
right.
So y'all make sure that y'all look at that. If you got me on Instagram, you already got the exclusive when I drop the whole thing on there. So, but I'm gonna release it publicly to everybody on YouTube next week, Friday. So that's kind of it at the moment. And then of course, America's Top Hitmaker. Y'all make sure y'all
Hey.
keep voting. I'm gonna definitely speak this into existence. I know that I'm gonna end up in the finalists, so
Mm-hmm.
prayers up, you feel me, that I do make it to that number one spot. Y'all just keep voting. That's one of the best ways that I can make it. That's how artists make it in this world. You feel me? Constant
Yep.
support, endless support. So y'all keep supporting me, Mr. Royal. And then
Hey.
hopefully, that performance right there will be one of the first performances that I've done in probably about 4 years. Because it's been a
Wow.
minute since I've been on stage. But definitely shout out to that. New clothing line dropping as well. Can't speak too much about that, but
Uh-oh,
can't speak too
uh-oh.
much
Come
about
on
that,
now.
but new clothing line coming soon as well. I don't really have a date range for that yet because I actually have a team together now,
Okay.
which man, I'm so proud because it's been so
That's
hard trying to
good.
draft up a team. But if y'all truly want to see somebody dripping in R&P, y'all gonna see it.
Okay.
Y'all gonna see it soon. Trust me, you gonna see it soon. But definitely new merch on the way, new music on the way, new music video coming out next week. So y'all just stay tuned and y'all just make sure y'all keep following, liking, commenting. Give me all the feedback you want to give me, you feel me? Because I love the feedback. Constructive criticism is definitely what I keep in my book, you feel me, to make sure I look back on and make sure I do better on. So, hey, I love it.
That's good. And let everybody know where they can follow you at.
Most definitely. So I'm limited on social media, so I only got
Okay.
Facebook and Instagram. I don't really
That's
mess
all
with the
right.
Twitter. But you can find me on Instagram, r.ps.mr.royal. You feel me? It's a lot of
Okay.
dots in there, you feel me? But if you put in
Dots.
RMPS, basically RMP's Mr. Royal, you'll always find me. And you can look me up on Google. Look up Mr. Royal, and I guarantee you my whole discography,
Yep.
every dang thing that's gonna pop up about me is gonna pop up. You could also find me on Facebook as well. You can look up Mr. Royal's artist page on Facebook. Kind of just started kind of getting that one back active.
Mm-hmm.
I just created that one, so it's still fairly new. So forgive me if it don't got that much content on it, but I'll be putting up stuff, consistently soon. You can also follow me on my business page, R&P Management. And of course, our website is still in the works at the moment because we are changing companies. So it's been taking almost a whole year to transfer all of this stuff off this website because I'm trying to make it new and look better and
Right.
simpler. But that's pretty much it for the most part. You can also follow me on Spotify and Apple Music as well. So y'all just, look me up, look up Mr. Royal. Make sure that this is important detail. Make sure that when you look me up, just Mr. Royal. You don't have to put a dot after Royal, you feel me? Because there are other Mr. Royals out there, you feel me? Other
Yeah,
Mr.
it's a
Royals
lot.
out there. But, there's no Mr. Royal like me, you feel me? I'm the
Mm-hmm.
true Mr. Royal, so everybody can call it what they want, you feel me, and be that, but I'm Mr. Royal, you feel me? So definitely. So y'all make sure y'all follow, y'all make sure that y'all like, y'all make sure y'all vote on America's Next Top Hitmaker. Make sure y'all vibe with the music, keep vibing with me, ride with me, all of that, man. So yeah.
See, thank you so much. And thank you so much for being on
Thank you.
Navigated Eye
Thank you. I
podcast.
appreciate it.
Okay.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
You're
Definitely thank
welcome.
you for the opportunity. Blessings to you. I hope to be on here once again soon.
Yes, you will.
Um, and then of course. So, thank you for the opportunity. I wish you the most success in your podcast. And then, of course, I look forward to seeing the next few episodes and the next artist or guest that you have. I'm gonna send you some people as well, so you can go ahead and have them
Okay.
on there. So I
Yes.
know a few people. So
All
I know
right.
some people. So I got you. You feel me? I'm gonna look out for
Okay.
you. So definitely thank you for the opportunity. I do appreciate it. It means a lot to me as an artist, but just overall, you feel me? Just trying to be successful. This is a great
Yes.
platform to be able to use and be a part of. So thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
And remember, yes, life was delayed, but it never gave a nod. I'm your host, Annika LaQuette, and you're listening to Never Gave a Nod podcast. Bye.